What if this was the last year of your life? Something that I find myself constantly thinking about is just how short this life is, right? The runway isn't long. And in the past 1 to 2 years, ever since I became an entrepreneur, and ever since I decided to go out there and pursue the life of my dreams, I've realized more and more every single day that life is just like passing by and fleeting away. And so that's why I'm creating this video for you guys today. You know, when I was 20 years old, all I would do is I would wake up in the morning, I would go to class, right? And I would hate going to class. I was in university studying a degree that I thought that I needed to have in order to be successful in life. And so I was going to class every single day. I was coming home from class, I was going to work, right? And I was doing mindless things in my office, in my cubicle there, working at a prestigious job. And then I would come home and do the same thing every single day. Every now and then I would catch a glimpse of my future, and I would seriously think to myself, is this all there's going to be in my life? Is this all there is to it, right? Just going to work, going to school, right? Getting a job, working until 65, and just kind of selling your dreams away for a steady paycheck and just literally doing nothing, accomplishing nothing with your life, and living a life without any kind of meaning whatsoever. But also, I would think to myself, you know, life could be so good. And I was constantly, just like yourself probably, I was constantly at the time seeing all of these, you know, online influencers and people out there, and they look like they're all living amazing lives. And they look like, you know, they're all living such happy lives, they're traveling the world, they're making a ton of money. Right now I think to myself, how are they doing it? Right? Why is it possible for them? And why in my head, you know, I literally, like, I've closed myself off, and I literally believe in the fact that, hey, my life is going to be this for the rest of my life, just going to this job, you know, getting this degree that I don't even want to have, I don't really care about, and just selling off my dreams for a paycheck. And there's something that I realized when I compared both scenarios. I realized that if I would live my life to the first scenario, if I would live my life to, you know, just the way everybody else is living, not becoming who I truly want to become, you know, not allowing my potential to soar and to fly high, I asked myself, would I be happy? You know, would I be truly free? Would I be truly living a life that is true to myself? And, you know, would I really be making any kind of difference in other people's lives? Or would I be living a selfish life? A life where, you know, it's just all about me, right? It's just all about my paycheck and, you know, myself and maybe my family, right? But nobody else. And so I realized that that's when I had to make a change. Ever since that day that I decided to quit my 9-to-5 job, that I decided to quit school, right? I literally dropped out as soon as I had this, you know, insane mindset shift in my head, right? Ever since that day that I decided to drop everything and just, you know, start off with a clean plate, right? That's when I felt truly alive. And ever since that day, I've lived my life every single day as if it was my last. You see, in the past 1 to 2 years, ever since I made that change in my life, right, that huge, massive change that so many people are afraid of making, right? Ever since that day, I've learned more life lessons than, you know, my whole life previous to that, right? 20 years previous to that, like 10 times over. Just only the past 1 to 2 years. I've had, you know, I've learned more wisdom from all the books that I was reading, right? Because I learned early on that I have to read books and I have to learn from other successful people in order to become successful. And out of all of those life lessons that I've learned, I realized that the most important life lesson, or one of the most important life lessons, is that you must live every single day and every single year as if it is your last, right? Nothing is promised in life. You are literally entitled to nothing. And everything that we gain as humans, and everything that you gain, everything that I gain, can be taken away from us in a split second, just like that, right? So you must realize that in order to live a truly great life, you have to go out there and become an individual. You have to go out there and, you know, really make that change that you're afraid of making in your life in order to not be stuck and part of that 99% of people who have given up before they even tried. You see, to really live a life of happiness, fulfillment, and significance, you must live as if this upcoming year will be your last. Today, it's December 31st, 2018, right? It is New Year's tonight. And 2019, a whole new year of, you know, amazing new possibilities and new opportunities. A year that you can just go out there and just, you know, take control of your life. And not only take control, but, you know, make it as if you've lived more in this upcoming year, experienced more in this upcoming year than you've experienced and you've, you know, been actually living in the past, you know, the whole life before that, right? And that's how I felt about my previous 2 years of my life. I've realized that, you know, even though we're humans, right, and we exist, most people just exist. They don't actually live. They're not actually living, right? If all you're doing in your life is you're working a job that you hate, and you're pursuing a university degree that you hate, or you are just kind of, you know, doing something that you don't really want to do, are you really living? You're not, right? You're not. That's not living. You see, you've been sleeping. You've been sleeping up until today, right? A lot of you are sleeping out there. And that's my message to you today. You must realize that this upcoming year can be the year where you will be truly alive, right? It can be the year where, you know, if it truly is your last year, and of course I hope that it's not your last year, right? But if you're living with that mentality, you will realize quickly that it's an amazing mentality to adopt for the rest of your life, because you take nothing for granted, you know that you're entitled to nothing, and that you must fight every single day to make what you want in this world happen, right? And of course, hopefully that is impact driven, and, you know, of course I hope that it's about helping people, right? And not just, you know, kind of shallow-minded things, right? The way that I've been living my life in the past year and right now is every single day I wake up in the morning and I ask myself, you know, like, how can I make the most out of this day in order to contribute to my mission in life, to my purpose in life, realizing the fact that life is extremely short and it can be taken away from us anytime. In the past week, I've been setting my goals for 2019, and my goals, you know, might be totally different than your goals, because I'm at a different point in my personal journey as an entrepreneur, as a human being, right? But the only thing that matters is that you set your goals, right? You set your goals high, and that you put in consistent effort every single day in order to achieve them. You might be thinking of finally quitting that 9-to-5 job and finally, you know, dropping out of that useless degree that you've been pursuing, right? No matter what your goals are, one thing's for sure is that everything we do here, everything we do is to pursue the highest possible life that you can live. A life that you've created for yourself and not of somebody else's creation for you, and a life of purpose, fulfillment, and happiness. So today, I ask you this: what if this was truly the last year in your entire life? How would you live? What goals would you set for yourself, right? What people would you be hanging out with? And what will you leave behind? Really ask yourself, hey, if this was the last year of my life, what would I leave behind? Really ask yourself that. Be honest with yourself, all right? Because this year, in 2019, can be the year where everything changes. And trust me, you can't even imagine what, you know, when everything changed for me, and this was back in 2017, 2018, you know, I couldn't even imagine all the amazing things that could possibly happen in my life, right? But it's all, you know, what you decide to think in your head. It's all, you know, it all revolves around the actions that you take every single day in the upcoming year, the goals that you set for yourself, and, you know, just your thinking and your beliefs. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat and really make this year count. Thank you.